There might be a little jump cut there, sorry. So this is the first round of the tournament, and we are already witnessing a reused map. Not sure how much variety is there in terms of environmental map or stages. Hopefully there's enough so that it doesn't just straight up reuse the same map in every chapter. I figured these more or less filler tournament stages are gonna be reused. But we're fighting GNX right now, and they seems to be having this. They seems to be using the red GN drive. Which, if I remember correctly, I mentioned that there might not be a red GN drive. I guess I was proven wrong. They also seems to be having this red particles around them, which I assume is a GN field. Not sure what activates the GN field. I'll have to recheck with the abilities. And that's the Blue Destiny Unit 1. Had to read the name to make sure there. The Blue Destiny, a manga Gundam series. And the iconic thing is the exam system, which hopefully I'll get from the few parts that dropped just now. But yeah, the goal of the stage is destroying these monoliths. I got a trophy for that. Japanese games are more linear. I mean, more, how do you say, straightforward with the trophies. Which I do enjoy collecting trophies in a lot of games. How do you say, trophies get a lot of bad rep for being this thing that new generation gamer use to feel good about being in a game or whatever. But it's not that. When you collect trophies, sometimes it sets a certain achievement that you do in a game, which you might not even consider consider doing if you're just playing normally. Like a good example is the Resident Evil games, like the Resident Evil 0 Remaster or the Resident Evil Remake Remaster. Those games have trophies for beating the game with specific conditions. Which is great because it increases the longevity of the game and makes you play the game in different ways, more so than you already did. And that seems to be the case for Japanese games. Like most American Western game seems to be more, trophy seems to be more of a grind, like you do conditions that you don't really care about doing in the main game, such as like defeat 20 enemies with this gun or whatever, which is directly the kind of trophies that is just a pain to get. I will never do those if a game have those. It's nice because Japanese games trophies seems to be more of a, if you see everything in the game, you will most likely platinum the game, and it makes buying a game feel more worthwhile. Not always though. Like the Final Fantasy VII Remaster for the PS4 has this trophy where you have to grind for 10 million, or was it 100 million gil. So what you're doing is you're gonna master all your materia and then sell it for money. And at that point, it's just a grind. I mean, if you played Final Fantasy VII, you will know that you won't need more than 1 or 2 million gil in the entire game, because you don't really have to buy anything much, especially late game. But there's a trophy that you have to, grind those money, and it's pretty much worthless. And apparently on the Steam version, there's even a trophy that you have to master all materials, which I did say is more, in fact, makes more sense than grinding money. Isn't it pretty weird that you have to destroy all the enemies that are surrounding the monolith before you can damage the thing itself? I mean, it doesn't really make sense since there won't be anything to, distract you from destroying the monolith. But yeah, that's an interesting looking Gunpla. The shoulder part seems to be the Susanoo. The rest I can't really tell. Pale rider, head, Susanoo arms, and the blue frame leg. I wonder if all the backpacks for the red frame is in this game. Having the gigantic katana will be pretty neat. Oh, okay. The boss is the Exia. I guess should be expected since we have been fighting GN enemies. The Exia is a beast looking mobile suit. I think most people will agree. It's fantastically designed. It's got that slim aspect to it, great color, and it's especially not crowded, as in, you know, you watch Gundam Seed before Double came out and it's like Strike Freedom is practically just a bunch of things slammed into one mobile suit. I mean, say what you want about the Seed, but the Freedom looks good. It's well designed, looks balanced, and it feels like pretty, you know, it makes sense to be upgraded from Strike. But Strike Freedom is just no offense to anyone who likes the Strike Freedom, but it's the perfect example of like too much. Hang on, let me rephrase this. It's a perfect counter to the phrase little is more, basically. And the Exia is just that, little is more. The little it has, the more that the GN sword, which is its main weapon, stood out, which makes it look so good. But oh crap, we got the exam system. Blue Destiny using one head, and harder system, the Pale Rider head. Sweet, just what I needed. And GN sword, GN beam saber, twin sword rifle, and of course we got the head unit. Exia body, Exia head, Susano arm. The Susano is also a fantastic looking mobile suit. A lot of things was great with Double. Too bad it fell kinda short during the second season.